Starting with exercise 11.12 of the chapter direct and inverse proportions. Okay, it says in the first question, it says which of the following are in inverse proportion. Inverse proportion means when one value increases, the other corresponding value will decrease, or it will be the vice versa thing. The number of workers on a job at the time to complete the job. The number of workers on a job and the time completed. Okay, yes, if there are 10 people, the work may take maybe 7 days to 10 days to work. Okay, if there are 20 people, it's going to take 5 days to finish, isn't it? So as the number of people increased, the number of days decreased. So this is an inverse proportion. So the first one, inverse proportion. The second one, let's consider. It says the time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in uniform speed. The speed is the same, isn't it? So if the time is increasing, the distance will also increase, isn't it? Because time and distance are डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल. अगर 10 किलोमीटर्स का डिस्टेंस है, मे बी 1 आवर लगेगा, ओके, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द ट्रैफिक एंड एवरीथिंग. एंड अगर 20 kilometers है तो 2 hours लग जाएगा. So it is one is increasing, the other is also increasing. It is not an inverse proportion. Going to the third one then. The third one is the area of cultivated land and the crop harvested. Yes, what's going to happen over here? The area is more, so the crop that will be harvested will also be more, isn't it? जितना ज़्यादा ज़मीन उतना ज़्यादा crop मिल जाएगा. Not possible. Going to the fourth one then. It says the time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. Yes, the time and speed are inversely proportional. As the time is decreasing, why does the time decrease? Because the speed increases, and the speed reduces means the time will increase to cover a particular distance. Okay, they are in inverse proportion. Going to the fifth one, the population of a country and the area of land per person. Yes, suppose करो इतना land है and इसके अंदर 100 people आ रहा है. Okay, तो per people maybe इतना मिल रही है land. Okay, वही land इतना ही है. Okay, and 1000 people आ रहा है. How much land they're going to get? They're going to get only this much land, right? So as the population increases, the land per person will decrease. So they are, one is increasing, other is decreasing. They are in inverse proportion here. Okay, now going to the second question. It is a tabular question that says in a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh is to be divided equally among the winners. Okay, then it says that complete the following table. There's a table given to me there, which has, I'm writing only the first beginning few things in here. 1, 2, 4 and 5, let's say. Okay, these are the number of winners and this is the prize. The prize each is going to get. So if there is one winner, that one person will get the full amount, isn't it? 1 lakh rupees usko mil jayega. If there are 2 people, it is going to get divided and it will be 50,000 rupees each. If there are 4 people, then 25,000 each it is going to be. So as the number of people is increasing, the amount per person is decreasing. So they are in inverse proportion, and they asked me to fill the table. It was quite very easy to fill the table, and so I filled the table over here very quickly. No need of calculation, you could do it directly for this one. Okay, now अगर किसी को नहीं आता calculation के लिए, तो you can write it down like this. One winner is, if there is one winner, he is going to get rupees 1 lakh. अगर 2 winners हो गए तो क्या हो जाएगा? I told you, winners बढ़ेंगे तो amount कम हो जाएगा. So inverse proportion ऐसे होता है, 1 into 1000 by 2, 1 lakh by 2. 2 ones are 5s are 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 50,000 हो गए. So that's how I wrote it down. That's how you can calculate and do it, or you can do it orally as well. Going to the third question in here. In the third question, it says that Rahman is making a wheel using the spokes. Okay. He wants to fix equal spokes in such a way that the angle between any of the consecutive spokes are equal. Okay. ये एक लड़का है, इसको पागल दिमाग है, and he is sitting and making the spokes. क्यों बना रहा? नहीं बना था, हमारे पास क्वेश्चन नहीं होता था. Okay. So यहाँ पे आ जाएगा spokes. I'm not doing all because again it's a table of column that I have to fill in. Okay, so it's given us 4, 6 and 8. Okay, now if it is 4 spokes, then the angle is 90 degrees. If it is 6 spokes, the angle is 60 degrees. If it is 8 spokes, the angle क्या हो जाएगा? So I'll take any one of these two. चलो इसको लेके करके देखते हैं क्या आता है या नहीं. As there are only 4 spokes, the angle between the spokes is what, like it is this. The angle between them will, more number of spokes, angles will reduce, inverse proportion. 4 spokes, the angle is 90 degrees. 8 spokes आ जाएंगे, तो angle in between them will reduce, no? Look, when I put 6, the angle reduced. So it is going to reduce inverse proportion. Do it. 4 times of 90 divided by 8. 2 table, or 4 ones are and 2s are. 2 ones are and 45. So it is going to be 45 degrees for 8 spokes. Okay, you can do the rest for 10 and 12 degrees in 12 spokes, 10 spokes and 12 spokes. You can do it and finish it off. Going to the fourth question. No. The third question had a few more thing in here. The third question. Okay, calculate the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes on a wheel with 15 spokes. Okay, now this fellow is taking 15 spokes. Why? I don't understand. Okay, so I know if it is 4 spokes, it's going to be 90 degrees. 15 spokes, what is the angle? No, not cross multiplication. So 4 times of 90 divided by 15. 3 table it will go. 3 5s are 15, 3s are 0s are, then 5 ones are 6 are. So it's going to be 24 degrees will be the angle. 4 6 are 24 degrees will be the angle in there. Then it says how many spokes would be needed if the angle between the consecutive spokes is 40 degrees. Okay. Now the angle between the consecutive spokes is given to me as 40 degrees, and how many spokes as such will come in here? Okay, so I know again the 4 spokes kahani. 4 spokes is 90 degrees. 40 degrees के लिए कितने spokes? 4 times of 90 by 40,004. So it is going to be 9 spokes that they are going to take to make it like this. Going to the fourth question. It says, if a box of sweet is divided among 24 children. 24 children are there. They get 5 sweets each. 5 is going to come to each. How many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? Number of children is reduced by 4 means 20 children are there now. So they'll get more, right? So how many more? Inverse proportion. So that's 24 by 5 times of 20. 5 ones are, 5 fours are, 4 ones are, and 6. So 6 each will receive. Okay, one child will receive 6 sweets. Going to the fifth question then. A farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. Okay. 20 animals को वो feed कर सकता है for 6 days. Cool. Okay, how long would the food last if there were 10 more animals? 10 more animals means 30 animals हो गए total. तो उनके लिए कितने दिन last करेगा? Animals बड़े दिन कम लग जाएंगे खाने के लिए. So 20 times 6 by 30. 0 0. 3 ones are 2s are. That is 4 days it is going to last for. Going to the sixth question, it says a contractor estimates that 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. Okay, 3 people can take 4 days to cover the work. Okay, if he uses 4 persons, 4 people he's using and asking कि कितने time में, instead of 3 he's taking 4 people, how long should the work last for them? Okay, more people, number of days less required. So cross multiplication won't happen, simultaneous adjacent multiplication, whatever it is. 3 times of 4 by 4, this and this is gone. So they're going to finish it in 3 days itself. Going to the 7th question then. It says a batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes. Okay, 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each. One box is having 12 bottles. Okay, read, understand and do it. It said a batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes. One bulky batch was there. It took 25 cartons to batch all of them. Okay, now 25 cartons may say that one carton each is containing 12 bottles. Okay, if the same batch is packed using 20 bottles. Okay, now I'm not taking 25 bottles, 12 bottles now. We had 12 bottles now. I'm going to take 20 bottles now in one bag. So how many such boxes will be required? Okay, पहले क्या हो रहा था? Only 12 were going in. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So in that full box only 12 were going. Now we are taking, how much we are taking? 20 bottles. So it's asking how many boxes will it require. So first of all we need to find out the number of bottles here. Okay, in 25 boxes, because उसी से मुझे पता चलेगा कि 20 bottles कैसे कितने रखे जाने चाहिए और कितने boxes लगेंगे. So 25 boxes में, so it fell. Okay, 25 boxes and 25 times of 12 will be the total bottles that I will have, isn't it? Total bottles I will have is this. So that's 25 times of 12 will be, 25 times of 12 is going to be 300 bottles. 300 bottles are there in all. Okay, now one box is containing 20 bottles. Okay, so 300 bottles will go in how much? Okay, one box will go in how much? So 300 divided by 20, it will happen, that will go 15 boxes. Okay, it will go 15 boxes. So 300 into 20. Now 3 ones in 15, so it is 15 boxes it will take. Now here what happened? As the number of bottles in each increased, the number of boxes reduced. But this was a little bit tricky one to do. Why? Because it had mentioned 25 boxes, then one box is having 12. So I had to find out the total number of bottles. Then I could do, in 25 boxes it was going 300 bottles. In 20, then these 300 bottles will require how many boxes if I'm putting 20 in here? Okay, so that's how I get the answer as 15 for this one. Going to the 8th question, it says that a factory requires 42 machines to produce a given number of articles in 63 days. Okay, 42 machines are required. Okay, and then it is going to produce in 63 days. Fine. How many machines would be required to produce the same number of articles in 54 days? In 54 days, if I want to finish the work, that means less days, more machines required. How much? Inverse proportion. So 42 times of 63 upon 54. This goes 9 table. 9 sevens are 9 6 are 6 ones are 7s are. So it's going to be 7 times of 7, 49 machines will be required for this particular task to be completed. Ninth one in here. I'll come to the 7th question again and explain the 7th question again. Do not worry for that. A car takes 2 hours to reach a destination of traveling at a speed of 60 kilometers. 2 hours it is going to take to travel. 2 hours at 60 kilometers it is taking per hour speed. How long will it take when the car travels? There's a fixed distance. उस distance को जाने के लिए अगर वो speed 60 पे जा रही है तो वो 2 घंटे लगाती है. What? How long will it take when the car travels at a speed of 80 kilometers? 80 kilometers means less time will be required. So cross multiplication in here. No cross, sideways multiplication. 2 times of 60 upon 80, 0, 0, 2 ones, 4s, and then it's going to be 2 ones, 4s, and then 2 people again. 2 3s are 6 and 2s are, so it's going to take 3 by 2 will be 1.5 hours it is going to take for me to finish the task. Okay, going to the 10th question again. 2 persons could fit new window in 3 days. 2 people can do it in 3 days time. One of the persons fell ill before the work started. How long will the job take now? 2 people are doing in one. One fell ill. One person is only left here. One person is, oh hi, I got a teeny mini insect in here. Okay, never mind. Let it travel. Exploring like Dora the Explorer. How many days will that one particular person take? So what's the number of, again, it's going to be more here. Because though 3 दिन में कर रहे तो 1 6 days में हो जाएगा. How? 2 times of 3 by 1. So that's going to be 6 days it will take. Don't worry, it's right here itself. Okay. Now, then it says it has the second part also. This was the first part and it has the second part in here. It says how many persons will be needed to fit the window in 1 day. If I want to finish the work in 1 day itself, I know 2 people are going to do it in 3 days. For 1 day, how many people? Cross multiplication. 2 times of 3 by 1, that is going to be 6 people will be required to do the work. So here 6 days and here 6 people will be required to complete the job. Going to the last question of this chapter, which is the 11th question. A school has 8 periods a day. Oh my god. 8 periods in 1 day, each of 45 minutes duration. 8 periods, 45 minutes duration. How long would each period be if the school has 9 periods? 9 periods means it is going to be less time for the periods, right? Okay, so let's do it. It becomes inverse proportion. More number of periods, less time right here. So 8 times of 45 by 9, 9 1 times and 5 times. So it is 40 minutes each will be the answer for this one here. Okay, now going to the 7th question again. The 7th question says, yeah, in 25 boxes, we had 25 boxes and in one box we had 12 bottles. Okay, directly I'm doing in here. If I'm putting 20 bottles, how many boxes will be required? It will reduce down number of boxes because number of bottles increase, this will increase. This should reduce. So inverse proportion, 25 times of 12 by 20. Then 2 5 5s are 5 4s are 4 1s are 3s are. So it is going to be 15 boxes. You can do it directly like this or as I did it in the previous way. 25 boxes are there and one box is having 12 bottles. So total number of bottles are there. How many bottles are there? I'll find that out. Then by putting 20 in one, how many boxes will be there? I can find it out, right? So it is going to be 25 times of 12 that is 300. You'll get 300 bottles you got in all. Okay, now if one carton is taking, one box is taking 20 bottles, 300 bottles will go where? So this is a long method to do it. You can just do this method and finish off your answer with it. So again it becomes 300 divided by 20. This is not cross multiplication. This is not inverse, but this is direct proportion method. This here it was inverse proportion. Here this is direct proportion. So that's why it is going to take longer for us to simplify, and it is going to be difficult for some students to understand. This has brought me to the end of the another chapter, which is indirect and inverse proportion. If you like the video, spread it to other friends and let them learn too. Bye.